Hello everyone, my name is Hecthor Doomhammer, I'm your evil overlord, and welcome to the update vlog of Friday, October 14th, 2016. A little bit long overdue, but with a lot of time passed in between this one and the last one, a lot of stuff has happened. And the first thing that you will notice is how this whole screen looks, and from now on I will be using this as the standard for my next vlogs. A massive shout out to the Hunter for this. It started out as just a user interface for Rise of the Red, something he made specifically for me. And then later I asked him like, hey, can I get an image of that so I can use this in my vlogs? And here you have it. Massive shout out to you, Hunter. It's been a while, but in the meantime I have been playing through Prison Architect, 2 times sandbox mode and 1 time the campaign on YouTube, on this channel. Just look for it if you're interested. Both sandbox modes are just female prisons. The second one even had lakes, something that I previously hadn't done before. And both builds are quite fun. In August, I had my first real vacation since I started working at my still current job after just over a year. I had a week of vacation and I decided to finish Bully Scholarship Edition in that vacation. I started playing that game just before my Open RA tournament and I needed a good time to finish the game off because I really wanted to finish the game. And a week of vacation in August seemed like the perfect moment for me to finish the game, and I'm glad I did. It was the very first time that I played it on PC. I have it sitting on the shelf over there for the Nintendo Wii, which I've played about 4 or 5 times, each time getting that little bit closer to the 100%, never really getting 100%. But the first time playing it on PC is also the very first time I 100%ed it. Now, Bully Scholarship Edition for me was a very important game to stream and to upload to YouTube, because back in, I'd say 2011, when I first discovered this thing called Let's Plays on YouTube, I decided that if I ever was gonna do anything video game related with YouTube, Bully Scholarship Edition had to be the game I absolutely had to do. I could not live with myself if I did not play Bully Scholarship Edition for YouTube. And well, later it just turned out to be Twitch and YouTube. So after a couple of years I finally fulfilled that promise I made to myself. And that's why Bully Scholarship Edition was so important for me. In September I also had a week of vacation. Well, more so just a week off, not having to work. And even before I started playing Bully Scholarship Edition, I started a playthrough of Just Cause 2, but then the whole thing with the power supply of my PC happened. I couldn't continue playing Just Cause 2, and when I fixed all of the issues, I went with Bully instead. But in September, I decided that I wanted to finish Just Cause 2, which I did. And I pretty much did everything that I wanted to do. So it took a while, was a lot of work with highlighting and editing the videos, but eventually you have the final product that is on YouTube, and I believe that today or tomorrow the final episode will be uploaded. Now in October I also have a week off. Better yet, my vacation has already started. And despite the fact that tonight I'm not gonna do anything specific for my vacation, just like I did with Bully and Just Cause 2. Tonight will most likely just be Rise of the Reds. Starting Monday, the 17th, at 6 PM GMT, I will be playing Prison Architect, the sandbox mode, one final time. It is the version 2, where they've added the development / cheat mode, and I am gonna do a second season of Convict Central. And what better way to do a second season of Convict Central than to do it with the convict that I made Convict Central season 1 for, the Devil Risen. Hopefully he'll be there for the entire run. And we're gonna be building a prison. I already have everything laid out, all of the planning. But yet I've also put in all of the walls, laid out all of the paths and the grass, so it's just the actual buildings that I need to build. Although I really don't like to admit it, I am a bit of a numbers guy when it comes to results. When I upload a video that is Rise of the Reds, I expect to gain over 100 views within a day. If I upload, let's say, a RimWorld episode, I'll be happy if it gets to 20 views at all. And for the past couple of months, I've actually been looking at the numbers of the views here on YouTube and thinking to myself, I know that this channel was based around RTS mods. Even regular RTS vanilla games, like the playthrough that I did of Yuri's Revenge last year, Red Alert 2, and Generals, 0 Hour, and Grey Goo, they didn't get that many views either, and I'm kind of disappointed at that, I will have to admit. But even so, I've been thinking perhaps that it is time to see if I can build up a community elsewhere that is just not RTS related. So what I've done 2 weeks ago is I've set up a second YouTube channel. Now I'll leave the link in the movie description, it will be the first one. And if you're interested in seeing all of the stuff that I do that is not RTS related as well, I suggest you subscribe to that. All of the vlogs and all of RTS related stuff will remain on this channel. I'll maybe occasionally make a small vlog for the other channel too, but most vlogs will be here. And that means that the activity on this channel will drop down significantly, and I'll focus a little more of my attention to the other channel to see if I can build up some. Because there's more than real-time strategy. And I'm a variety gamer, I'm a variety person, I like variety in my work, in my food, in my drinks, in my beer, and in my games. And yeah, maybe that warrants a second channel. So after Just Cause 2, the final episode is published, that will be the last non-RTS, non-vlog related content on this channel. And from now on, all non-RTS related stuff, just like the upcoming Prison Architect playthrough, will be on the second channel. But yet, I've already uploaded a bunch of stuff there, because last week, 2 weeks ago, and yesterday, I was doing a playthrough of a game called Mad Games Tycoon, and I finished that last night, and all of the episodes of that stream will be uploaded and published on the second channel. So, like I said, just go check it out if you're interested. Let's see how big we can get on that channel. But that doesn't mean that this channel won't receive any attention at all. As a matter of fact, I believe it was last week when I did a test stream of Yuri's Revenge online through CNC.5, and I actually did that some time ago, and it just didn't work. OBS Classic that I'm using also to record this vlog, by the way, it didn't want to capture the game, and I was looking in on the forums of CNC that like, how do they capture the game. OBS Studio didn't really work for me. I'll have to look into it a little closer, a little more time spending into it, but for now I've actually managed to get it working on OBS Classic, and on occasion I will be also streaming some Yuri's Revenge online games through CNC.5, so I'll be announcing those streams on my Facebook as per usual, also on all of the forums that I post, any updates on RTS related content, so keep your eyes out. Yuri's Revenge is coming back. Now another thing I really don't like to talk about is the fact that I accept donations. I've always felt it this way, that talking about, hey, you can send me donations, is basically begging. I don't really like to talk about it. I don't want to be a beggar. Even though that 1.5 years ago I was struggling to get by, I was getting evicted almost. I've never really wanted to abuse the donation system and ask for donations on Twitch. Well, I do have a Patreon with benefits, and this will be the only time I'll talk about it probably. But now that we are a year and a half further and that things are really going well for me again, I've decided it is time to give back to the communities. And so I've made a €50 donation to SWR Productions for everything that they've done thus far for me. I've also made a €15 donation to Revora for CNC Online, which I personally have used for my playthrough of Red Alert 3 together with Shadowy and eventually Seraphinax. I've also donated €15 to Project Perfect Mod, because they've been kind of promoting my stuff as well. I've also donated €10 to OpenRA for hosting my tournament and the server. There was a guy that helped Seraphinax out back when the SWRnet servers were crashed, and he and Seraphinax spent a good while working really hard on fixing the servers, and Seraphinax recently asked me if I was willing to do a charity stream to raise money so that we basically could pay that guy. And what I've done instead is donate 25 euros of myself to that guy. Now lastly, I've donated 10 euros to CNCNet for just existing, because in the past I've used CNCNet4 for Mental Omega, Red Resurrection, Attack Superior, Colony Wars, and even my co-op playthrough with Mr. of Red Alert 2 Year's Revenge. So, like I said, it was about time I gave back. At the start of this whole financial bullshit, or better yet, the turnaround for the whole financial bullshit last year, one of the major things I was ordered to do was sell my Nissan Almera sedan from 1999. I had to sell it. I had about 700 euros for it, which I used to purchase groceries and buy a new laptop because my old one had a bit of an accident. And since that moment, I've been without a car. Now the downside of not having a car while you're trying to look for other jobs is that you can only get so far with public transport, and my bicycle can only carry me so far as well. But 2 days ago, last Wednesday, I visited my financial guardian. For those that don't know, I basically have a person that watches over my finances and makes sure that my debts get paid off without too much hassle going on. Like, people won't come to my door saying like, yeah, I'm from that company and you owe us money, so I want 600 euros from you right now. That won't happen. I'm glad. But recently I saw my my bank account that he guards. I also have a bank account of my own, which I get to pay my groceries from. But I saw that bank account and I saw over 3,000 euros, and I was like, well, I think it's time I start suggesting about a car, because I do want to go away from this job, because it doesn't pay much. There's not a lot of hours that I can make, and up here it's just not right. I'm not happy there. I need to grow as a person, as an employee, and at this current job I simply cannot. Now I'm glad to announce that my financial guardian has agreed that with this much money available, it's time to start looking into getting a car so I can apply for jobs further away. Because all of the jobs that are basically around the area that involve my line of work are all as a counter to the youth unemployment, which has a maximum age of 27. So if you're under 27, you can apply for those jobs. If you're 28, forget it. And I'm 32, so yeah. And like I said earlier, the public transport can only take me so far. And I've seen jobs that with a car I could probably be there within 45 minutes. But with public transport, would take me 2 hours, and then I would have to walk half an hour to get there, and then the journey back. But with a car, I could actually start looking for those kind of jobs and apply for them. Because now, if I see those jobs and I can find the address and see how long it takes me to get there via public transport, I'm not even bothering to even write a letter. With a car, I definitely will. So next week on Wednesday we're gonna be talking about the insurance and just seeing like, okay, how far are we in paying off the debts, and what can we do, and what kind of budget can we put aside for the car. And I basically, everything is up here already. I already know what kind of a car I'm gonna look for. As long as it takes me from A to B for about a year, I'm satisfied, because I can go so much further in that 1 year than I can go now in the next 5 years without it. So I'm really excited for that. Another step in the recovery process of getting myself back up to my old level, and maybe even more. I'm definitely aiming for a little higher. No more having to go to that horrible place, a boring job, and being able to drive again. To close off this vlog, I want to give a couple of shoutouts to a bunch of people. I'll leave all of the links in the movie description. First of all is the Hunter, who has also started streaming on his own Twitch channel. He occasionally will do a live stream of him making stuff for Rise of the Reds. Quite interesting. Next up is Maelstrom, my old rival and good friend in Rise of the Reds. He occasionally streams Rise of the Reds. He recently started out, so definitely give him a follow. And he also recently tried to do a Shockwave stream, and he'll keep on doing that as well, so give him a follow. Next up is Xattus. You may know him from Rise of Threads. I've had him as a co-commentator on and off. And he has recently resumed streaming on Twitch as well. And recently did a 1.87 internal arena stream. Because people have been requesting quite a bunch of arena games. Next up on YouTube is So Scared. Mostly into OpenRA. Of course, he was one of the co-commentators during my Red Alert 1 tournament. Just like Five Faces, who recently actually did a shoutcast of a game that I played in OpenRA. It was quite fun, so go check it out. And last but not least, my buddy I've mentioned him before, doing the Yuri's Revenge co-op campaign with him, doing a Mental Omega stream with him. And he recently switched from Twitch streaming to YouTube streaming. And on just his YouTube channel at the moment, he's currently also doing a Tiberian Dawn playthrough, so definitely go check that out. This has been the update vlog of October 14th. My name is Hecthor Doomhammer. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, helps out a great deal. Also, subscribe to my second channel. I'll leave a link in the description too. I thank you all for watching. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.